Is it time to kiss the Lone Star State? Goodbye. Hey everybody, Scott Walters, buckle up, strap in. We got a hard-hitting pull, no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows or sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Welcome to the show. I hope everybody's doing great. So the Lone Star State, Texas, is experiencing a pretty hefty downturn. We've got a lot of areas now exhibiting crash behavior. We're going to take a look at a listing today in Texas to drive our point home. So that is always fun for me and hopefully for you as well, as I do my best to entertain, educate, and inform on the real estate industry. And the reality is this, friends, I've talked about this a million times. You cannot overheat the U.S. housing market. If we lose it, we will in fact lose everything. It's the backbone of our economy. But because this bubble was much worse than the 2008 bubble, in fact, I find myself saying this a lot to people, especially early on, as I started ringing a bell, sounding an alarm, raising awareness and letting people know you cannot overheat the U.S. housing market. If you do, of course, you got to put some percentage of crash risk on it. But people are like, this time is different, Scott. The last crash was due to loose lending and ninja loans and subprime mortgages. You're right. This time is different. It's worse. That's what's different, friends. Why? That's, of course, I'm going to tell you. Bigger bubble, bigger blowback. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this stuff out. Come on, man. Insanity. Insane, this stuff. But like I said, I'm not cheering for a crash. I just realized, I'm a boots on the ground real estate agent, and what I saw was nothing short of an episode of The Twilight Zone. It was a showdown at the OK Corral. A 10-year-old could get a sale done in that bubble. It was that euphoric. A line around the block for open houses. The thing was sold before you even got a yard sign up. Unorganic growth. Market manipulation. A casino climate. Oh, buy an Airbnb. That's what we did. And we're making all that. Now it's sucking air. And institutional investors from all over the world piled into this bubble. That's scary. In the last bubble, we didn't have this amount of institutional or foreign investors entering the markets, and they are liquidating. We've already seen the Warren Buffett's stacking cash. It's in black and white. Yet somehow people are clueless, asleep at the wheel, because unless you've lived through a downturn before as a bill-paying adult and suffered some of its blowback, you're hearing these words, but you don't quite understand. I remember that was me in the last downturn. Everybody was buying, great time to buy, real estate only goes up, too big to fail, whatever the case was. And I bought towards the height. It wasn't even at the tippy top. I caught the dreaded falling knife. I watched a property stuck on the market for a year, and we're going to look at a property right now. It's probably going to do the same thing. It came down 25% from its original list price, and I threw him an offer, made it stick, and took the thing off the market. But I didn't check one thing. Didn't pencil out. My cost to carry on the mortgage I pulled on it was above its rent range. So when the recession hit, and my house went upside down because another 25% price reduction was coming, that thing ended up selling for almost half its original price. Now, luckily, I was able to orchestrate a short sale. I kept my wits about me enough to not just walk away from the home and have some foreclosure, because it's important to me to position myself to be able to, rebound from, we're going to stumble here and there. We just got to get up and try to brush ourselves off as quick as possible. And that's the best way to do it. So, with that being said, we've got a lot. This bubble is different on many aspects, but mainly is artificial growth, the casino climate, the overnight appreciation. And when I saw the mortgage forbearance and the eviction bans and the low interest rate environment and then the lockdowns with the lack of inventory and the amount of people showing up to these open house, it was insane. Head spinning. So I'm seeing a lot of that behavior happening now. And I warned about this early on when it was all rainbows and sunshine and people refusing to even talk about it. And like I said, you always want an agent willing to put your needs before their own. And that's hard these days because and I've been in sales my whole life pretty much. Any big, any sales team are going to go through sales meetings. And those trainings for their salespeople aren't put your customers' needs before your own. If they're not on, if they want to wait or write low offers, we just don't, we cheerlead. We're cheerleaders. We want to make you feel comfortable. Oh, well, real estate always, it's a solid investment. It's whatever. It's a long game, blah, blah, blah. I was just talking to an agent last week. Got one of you guys working with an agent. I was talking to the agent. Our clients making cash offers under a list price. Like, Scott, listen, 95% of the sales here are still going at list price. Like, we are not feeling it yet. And I said, that's the key word, yet. So I understand if you don't want to work with my client anymore, no problem. I'll find another agent that does. But in the meantime, my instruction to my clients is to go out there and kick the tires and shake the trees and throw some offers out there and see if you can make one stick. And, that's it. And like I tell my clients, like, listen, if you love the house, just make your offer reflect it and take it off the market if it's within your budget. But if you want to go test properties, we can test them. But don't expect to make an offer stick. And so if it's a house that you really love and you want to take it off the market, our offer needs to reflect it depending on the amount of activity. And that's what we're going to take a look at a listing today. So I can help you understand that, because when you're looking at homes, it's very important to see, we got to read between the lines and look between the cracks. Like, how motivated can we even test these people with an offer? Is it worth it? What's inventory doing in this area? What market are we in? And just because, like I told this agent, just because your market's holding on now, you might be the last to get hit. You might get the first to rebound, be the first to rebound. But make no mistake about it. If we hit another housing downturn, we will feel it. I'll be talking to you in a year, and it will not be 95% of all properties being sold still at list price. I mean, there's a high percentage of likelihood that, in fact, will be the case. But I understand, it is what it is. If that's the market we got to work within, that's the market we're going to work within. And my clients, like, listen, if I love the house, I'll come in swinging and give them what they want because I can and I can afford it. But in the meantime, if not, I'm just going to continue to do what you've told me. Get out there, throw some offers. If they stick, great. If not, no big deal. And even if you get an offer accepted, we're going to put that property through the ringer, inspections, make sure it checks out. If it doesn't, it just needs some repairs, we'll submit a request for repairs and a credit and get you some money back. And, if it's a big glaring problem, we're out. Deal's over. This thing's got a big issue we found during inspection. So anyway, let's jump over to a current listing in San Antonio, Texas, the Lone Star State, and see what they're up to. Then we'll meet back here and wrap it up. Let's get started.
All right, friends, buckle up, strap in, roll up your windows, lock your doors, maybe even put on an economic face mask if you can find one. We're heading into San Antonio, Texas. What was once a pandemic boomtown is now turning into a pandemic bust town. Let's go ahead and jump over and take a look at a recent listing. Now let's bring up today's crash map, courtesy of our good fuzzy friends and failed iBuyers over at Zillow. Everything on your screen is going through the kiss of death, price reductions. Let's go ahead and take a tour of today's property. And here we go, a decent looking home. Not so bad at all. Unfortunately, they found themselves stuck on the market. And there's one thing you always want to do when putting your house on, especially this market, find out who your competition is and beat them. I have a feeling that our friends came on at the top of its value range in a declining market, which has in fact got them stuck on the market. Let's go ahead and dig a little deeper. Trouble in the Lone Star State. This property didn't just go through a $1,000 price reduction, a $10,000 price reduction, not even a $20,000 price reduction, $100,000 price reduction, yet they're still stuck on the market. All right, and our property's description, they're going to try to flower it up the best they can. Unfortunately, a property that came on the market at around $450,000, going through a $100,000 fail swoop price cut, clearly has issues. Not a good look at all. Texas, I think we just pulled your covers. Let's jump back to the studio and wrap this one up.
All right, friends, welcome back, and there you go. So here you go, Tex. There was like 11,000 listings that were going through price reductions in San Antonio. That's insanity. That's not good. This property is already approaching 25% off its originally list price, and we're not even in official recession yet. That's not good, because when the recession comes in, I anticipate San Antonio is going to take a 50% haircut potentially, based on my experience through the '08 financial crisis and Great Recession and housing crash. And there's plenty of areas. It's all the migration states, though, this one, that are starting to lead the charge. But because today our digital diet, herd mentality, and contagion moves much quicker. So even a healthy economy could potentially be affected because of that. Even people that are financially fit in a recession, they recess too. Why? Because everybody else is. And final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a real estate guy that wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life. Understand the waters you're swimming in now. They're shark infested. San Antonio, welcome to the swimming pool. We took a look at a listing today, 25% of its original list price, and we're just getting started. The property showed 4 days on the market when in fact it had been on the market for over a year. This thing's in trouble, my friends, and this was throw a dart at a map of San Antonio. I could have probably picked one apart much more than I did with this one. But this is the facts, my friends. The downturn is in fact starting in many states. Some areas will be the last to get hit. Some will be the first to rebound. Some might not take a big hit, but some will. And that's why I'll be here to blow the lid off it every step of the way. Because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to follow me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you need help buying or selling real estate, here in America, I have the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. It'd be our honor and our privilege to do so. Email in the description for you as well, or simply reach out to scottwaltersrealestate@gmail.com. We'll find you there. Also, if you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, gonna love the next video. And there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. God bless, and I'll see you on the next video.